Welcome back to the sawmill. I finished up that stack of logs for the cattlemen here. About 2 dozen logs in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, 23 logs. And the one on the mill is also this gentleman's, local cattleman. Pretty good stack of lumber out of that. I'm gonna count those up today, figure out how much board feet came out of it. He'll have to take several trips to bring it back home with him. Got mostly red and white oak in there, a little bit of maple. He had some kind of busted up maple logs, but it turned out pretty good for him. He'll be able to use that for some tables and whatnot. When I built my sawmill shed, I had to compromise a little bit on how much width for my opening, just because of that span. I was afraid it wouldn't hold up very long if I spanned it too far, so I went with 14 feet. So in order to cut the longer stuff, I have to pull the mill out. So I pulled the mill out, went ahead and got all the sawdust and crud out of the way, and got ready for those cement pads to go in there also. We have the mill set up here. We're gonna start with these oak logs and get those cut into 8x8s for the posts on the new sawmill shed. Then I've got this little stack of longer pine poles over here that we'll cut into 2x6s for the purlins on the sawmill shed. A few more longer pieces around that I'm gonna go ahead and saw while I've got the mill out. These logs here are actually the logs that I harvested after the storm back in the winter. I'll post a video here for you guys to watch of that, and I'll give you a little glimpse to what I did when I was harvesting these logs in this video as well. This stand of hardwood timber is actually on the back side of a landlocked piece of 40 acres. So the first challenge is to get all the equipment back there and get everything set up. We managed to get about 4 loads out. Of course, we had to snake everything out very cautiously so as not to harm any of the standing timber. But so is the way of small scale logging, and there's nothing quite like knowing where each timber on a construction project came from. And as a side note, big shout out to Dad for all his help on retrieving these logs. He was a super extra set of hands on this. 30 minutes of actual saw time in today and made 2.5 8x8 posts. Then the wife called, said dinner was on the table, so I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And until I see you next time, keep it dusty.